Hey folks, Steve here, and welcome to another Project Hestia devlog. Since the last devlog, I implemented an area editing tool for the terrain, and I also tried and failed at making a Sims 4-like building tool. So if you want to see how I did that, or how I failed to do that, then stay tuned. As you may have seen in previous devlogs, in Project Hestia we have the ability to edit the terrain. So I can left click, let me just select that. I can left click and add terrain, similar to Astroneer, and I can right click and remove terrain. And I can also flatten terrain. And in the last week, I also added a tool for changing an area in the terrain, so I can drag out this box. So it's a similar tool that I'm using for building the foundations, and I can set the height of that box, and then if I left click, it will flatten the terrain in that area. So this is a great tool for kind of leveling out the ground before building a factory, which is what I moved on to next. So this was quite straightforward actually, considering that I already had the terrain editing tools implemented and the this tool for editing areas. So it was just a matter of combining those two. So it wasn't actually that much work considering how much effect it has. So this will then be used as the basis for adding foundations and factories. Once you've flattened out a terrain area, you can then use the foundation tool and click and drag out a block of foundations, like so. And then you'll get this smooth area that you can then build your factory on. So you can, once you've got your foundations, you can plant mergers and assemblers. And the tool that I then started working on is this wall drawing tool. So I can then start adding the actual building itself. I started off by trying to create something similar to how buildings are done in The Sims, where you can draw out boxes. So I was trying to figure out a way to automatically recognize where intersections are and then be able to edit rooms. But I found out that this was way too hard. So I ended up going down a really big hole of looking into graph theory and trying to have these all as nodes and then try and work out which nodes are connected and how to form polygons from them. And it ended up being quite a lot of research, and it would have ended up being like a massive time sink. So I think I might end up scrapping this way of building and instead to kind of go a bit closer to how you build things in Satisfactory or similar games like that. So like Valheim and others, where you're actually placing the individual blocks. I'm gonna add tools so that you can like click and drag a line of walls, and so to make it a bit more user friendly. But it'll definitely be a lot more similar to how the construction system works in Valheim than it will be to The Sims, which is what I was trying to aim for. But this is already kind of a nice little play around where I can have like little walls and little rooms. No doors yet, there's no collision checking on anything. It's all very basic at the moment, but it's a nice start. So it's a nice place to go from, so that I can expand upon this and hopefully have a building system where people are able to create absolute masterpieces with. I'm always so impressed by the amount of work and effort that goes into Valheim and Satisfactory builds, and I really want people to be able to do that in Project Hestia. So that's one of my goals, one of my aims, is to have that happen. And that's everything that I wanted to show for this week. I didn't get as much done as I would have liked to, because my life has ended up being really busy, and the Sims 4 idea, that concept, just took a lot of work, and that ended up getting scrapped. So that has been a little bit frustrating, I must admit. But I'm happy now that there's construction work going into the game, because that's one of the big things that I wanted in it. If you like this video, then please subscribe and hit the like button. And also, if you have any suggestions of how the building system could work, if you've played Satisfactory, if you've played Valheim, and you've got ideas and suggestions based on that, then please write in the comments, and I would absolutely love to hear it, because I'm looking for all kinds of suggestions and ideas to put in the game. So anything that you can tell me, that would be great. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.